Hi, everyone. Good evening. We will wait for 5 more minutes and we can start our session after 5 minutes. We will wait for 2 more minutes and we can start our session after 2 minutes. Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm
Good
sharing my
evening.
screen. Yeah, good evening. I'm sharing my screen. Let me know you are able to see my screen or not. Able to see my screen?
Yes.
Hello. Yes. Okay. So yesterday we have discussed about this structured query languages. What are there in SQL? What are the different types of structure query languages? We are having DDL, DML, DRL, TCL, and DCL. So these are all the different types of SQL structure query languages. Okay, so in this we have under the DML, what are the commands or comes under DML, and what are the commands comes under DDL. So we have discussed about these. And so what is an SQL? Also, we have discussed what is an SQL. It is a command based language. Okay, it is not case sensitive, and it will ends with a semicolon, and it will start with a verb, that is create, insert, select, whatever the these are all the DML, DDL, these are all the things are there, right? So it will start with the verb, that is in create, insert, and select. Okay, up to here we have discussed yesterday. Now today what we will do means we will try to create one table. Okay, we will try to create one table. um, for suppose this data is there, using this data we will try to create one table. So first, under the SQL we are trying to create a table. So for creating a table, what is the syntax? Okay, create syntax, that is create table, table name. Okay, next column 1 data type and size. Okay, column 1 data type, size. Next column 2 data type, size. Column 3 data type and size. So like this we will create a table. So this is the syntax to create a table. What is the syntax? First we need to write the create table. What is the table name you want to create, and what are the columns you want to be there in that table. So these are all the columns: first column, second column, third column. Like this, first we need to here instead of this table name we need to give the table name. Instead of columns we need to do the column, we need to give the columns, and we need to give the data types. If it is a varchar, or else it is a data type, or date, a date data type, or else it is a number data type. So we need to mention that data type. So this is a syntax to create a table. Okay, now we will try to create a table, that is student table. Okay, this table is there. Okay, we will try to create this table. Okay, in order to create a table, so we will follow this syntax. What we will do, we want to create a student table. So what we need to do, create table. Okay, student table I want to create. So in the place of table name we need to give the student, because we are trying to create a student table. Okay, next column 1. So first, what is a column 1? Serial number, right? So first we need to give the serial number. Serial number means that is a number. Okay, that is a number data type. So in the place of data type we need to give the data type as number. Okay, next what is the student name? Okay, student name is, next column is student name. What is the data type? Data type is varchar2. Okay, data type is varchar2 of 10. Okay, up to 10 up to 10 characters I want to enter the name, so that's why I have given the size as 10. Okay, next marks. Okay, third third column is marks, and what is marks data type is number. Okay, marks data type is number. I want to give the size as 3. Serial number size also 3. Up to 3 digits we can enter the values. Okay, up to 3 digits we can enter the values. So what is the syntax to create the table? Create table, table name. So instead of table name, and in the place of table name, what is the table name you want to create? Student table you want to create. So that's why here we need to give the student. What are all the columns you want to you want in that table? Serial number, student name and marks. So these three columns we want. So this serial number comes under number data type, and this name comes under character, and marks comes under number data type. So that's why I have given the serial number as number, name as varchar2, and marks as number. So like this we will be able to create the table. So so we have created the syntax. Using the syntax we have written some code. So using this I want to create the table in database. Okay, I want to create the table in database. In which database means in the SQL developer database I want to create the table. Okay, SQL developer environment is used to run this command. So I'm going to SQL developer. We will provide the connection details. Okay, no worries about that. We will provide the remote desktop details and the connection details also. Using those connection details you can connect to this SQL developer, and you will be able to run the queries. Okay, so this is our command, okay, to create a student table. So what we need to do, we need to run this command. Okay, we need to run this command. Okay, the student table is already there. Just I am replacing the table with student one. See, table student one has been created because before it didn't create, because the student table is already there. So that's why what I have done, instead of student I have given a one here. So this student one table is not there, so that's why it has been created. If it is already exists, what it will show means this name already used by an existing object, because this student one table is already there. So that's why it didn't create the table. So I have changed the student table to student one, then it has been created the table. Okay, how have how I have run this command here. This run is there, right? So run statement, okay, run statement is there. So like this we can run it, or else student one is already there, right? So it will not create again. But I'm trying to show how to run the query using two ways. You can come here, okay, you can select this, you can come here and run here, or else one more is control enter. Okay, if you do control enter, then also you can run the query. Okay, control enter. Okay, control plus enter. When you click on control plus enter, then also we can run this command. Okay, and here username is apps, password is apps, and database is this. Okay, using this you are able to connect to the database. Okay, now what we have done, we have created a table called student table. Okay, now we are able to create a table called student table. Now we have understood the syntax also. Now, so table is there, but what is the use of the table? The data should be there. The data should be there in the student table, because without the data there is no meaning of creating a table. So in order to insert the data, what is the syntax means? Now we have understood the create syntax. Now we are learning the insert syntax. Okay, okay, insert syntax. So insert syntax is insert into table name. What is the table name? In which table you want to insert the data? Okay, and values, val1, val2, val3, and so on. Okay, val1, val2, val3 means how many values are there in this table? Three columns are there. So for these three columns, three values will be there. So that's why what we need to do, we need to give the insert into table name. You are having three values, so values, value1, value2, value3, like this we need to give. Okay, whatever, how many columns are there, those many values we need to give. Okay, so this is the syntax. In which table? Now in which table we want to insert the table? I want to insert the data into the table, that is student one. In this table I want to insert the data. So now we will try to write the command. Anyone could you please say me the command, this using this syntax insert command? Don't worry about the values. I will take care of the values. Just say me the syntax, based on the syntax, how we can write this command.
Insert
Anyone know?
into
Yeah, insert into.
insert into
Yeah,
table name student one.
yes, student 1 and
Value
values. Okay, under the values, we are considering this data we want to insert, right? So first data, what is the serial number? That is 1. Okay, next value 2. Value 2 is Arun. Arun means that is a character. So that should be there in single quote. Okay, next. Sorry. Next, value 3, that is marks. How many marks? 80.
80.
Okay, 80. So this is our syntax. We have to write our query using the syntax. Now we will try to insert the data into the table. Okay, copy this and paste it here. Okay, click here, or else what we are having one more thing, that is we can do control enter. Okay, control enter. I have done control enter. See, one row has been inserted, right? So in the student table we have inserted the data. In the student table we have inserted the first row. Okay, one row has been inserted. Now I want to insert all the rows. Okay, next, that is John. Okay, copy this, JOHN, and the marks is 95. Okay, again run this command, same command, click on here, one row inserted. Next, go here, copy Miller. Okay, copy this Miller, go here. Okay, what is the marks? 41. Okay, 41. We are giving this name in a single quotes because this is a character and these two are numbers. So numbers no need to give in a single quote, but characters should be there under the single quote only. Okay, so three rows are inserted. Next, fourth row is king, copy and paste it, and 77 marks. Okay, so now we have inserted 4 rows into the table, right? So first we have created the table, and also what we have done, we have inserted the data into the table, right? Now, so we have understood how to create the table, how to insert the data into the table. Okay, like this we need to create 4 rows. Oh, sorry, I didn't change this. Okay. No worries. So we have created this table and we have inserted the data into the table. Now what is the next thing is, we need to select the data. We want to see the data which is there in the student table. So we need to learn select syntax. Okay, we need to learn select syntax. What is the select syntax? Means select star from table name. Okay, select star from table name. So this is the syntax to see the data inside the table. Okay, so how to write using this syntax? How we can write? Select star from, what is the table name? Our table name is student1. So this is our syntax which ends with semicolon. So every SQL query will ends with semicolon. So that's why we have given the semicolon. So this is our, using this syntax we have got the select syntax, select command. Okay, so copy this select command, go to SQL developer and run this. Okay, or else we can do control enter. Okay, or else we can come here and we can click run statement. Okay, see, Arun, John, Miller and King. So we have created 4 rows. Okay, so first we have created the table, next we have inserted the data into the table, next we are able to see the data inside the table. Everyone understood how to create a table?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so we have created a table. Just a minute. Okay. Next. So, um, okay. Okay, we have created this table, right? So what is the data type of this serial number? What is the data type of this serial number?
Number.
Number. What is this data type of the serial name? That is varchar2. And for the marks, that is number. Okay, so you know the data type and size because we have created our own table. Okay, what is the data type size? 3. Okay, we have, because we have created our own table, so that's why we know the data type and size, because we have created our own table, that is student. Okay, but the tables may already exist when you are working in a project table. Okay, for suppose we will have different kinds of tables in the database which we haven't created. Those tables are already existed in the database. In that case, what we need to do means, when you want to check what is the data type of a particular column, that in I mean, for suppose the student table is there. Okay, we don't know the data type because this student table has been created by someone else. Just a minute. Able to see my screen?
No.
You're not able to see my screen? Now you are able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So when we are so I want to check the data type of a particular column which has been created by someone else. Okay, which has been created by, and or else that table is already existing in the database. In that case, what we need to do means, we need to right click. Okay, we need to do the click on table name. Just a minute. Okay, click on table name and do the right click, and here there is a pop-up describe is there, right? So we need to click on pop-up describe. So when we click on pop-up describe, then we will be able to know the data type of the columns. Okay, then we will be able to know data type of the columns. So click on pop-up describe. See, serial number, what is the data type? Number. Serial name, what is the data type? Varchar2. What is the for the marks, what is the data type? Number. So like this, we will be able to see, we can able to know the data type of that column. Okay, in this way we can check, or else the shortcut for this pop-up describe is shift F4. Okay, click on shift F4. Yeah, if we click on shift F4, then also we will be able to see this data type. And one more command is there to, in order to see the data type of a student. Okay, or else, I mean, data type of a table. What is that means? DESC. Okay, this DESC command will show the same information which we have just seen, right? When we click on shift F4, we are able to see the column name and data type. Okay, in the same way, if we use describe command, then also we can see the data type of that particular column in the table. Okay, describe command will show the same information. Okay, it will show the same information to know the data type of a columns inside the table. Okay, it will show the same information, that is to know the data type of the column information inside the table. Okay, I will run this describe command also. What is the describe command? DESC student 1. So this is our table name. I want to see the data type of the columns. So DESC and student 1, click on run. See, serial number data type, serial name varchar2 data type, marks number data type. So like this we will be able to see the data type of a tables. Okay, so this is the command describe. Next, next. So we have inserted 4 rows into the table till now, right? So I want to insert a fifth record into the table. Okay, so I'm using this insert command to insert the fifth record into the table. Okay, I'm using the same insert command. I have inserted one for every time. Don't use that. Fifth record. I want to give some ABC. Okay, his marks is 30. Okay, I'm inserting a fifth record. Okay, run this insert. Run here. So one row has been inserted. Next, run this select start from student so that we can see the we will check whether fifth record has been inserted or not. Run this run statement. See, the fifth record has been inserted using this insert command. Now we have inserted the data for 3 columns. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to insert another column. We have only 2 values. Okay, we don't know the student marks. Only we know what is the student serial number and what is his name. Only these 2 values, or I know only these 2 values, but I don't know the marks. Okay, I want to insert only these 2 values. So in order to do that, what I am doing means insert into student. Okay, values. I know only 2 values, that is sixth person and his name is Pawan. Okay, like this I'm trying to insert the data. Okay, when you run this query, what is the output? Can you guess what is the output? Before,
Mark.
what I have done, I have inserted the, yeah, I am using this insert statement. I am inserting 3 values which are there in the student table. These 3 columns, all for all these columns I know, but I know now, for now I know only 2 values, that is serial number and name, but I don't know the marks. So when you run this query, what will be the output? What will be the output? Anyone?
Marks column will be empty, ma'am.
No, I'm running this. See, not enough values, right? Not enough values, because here when you're inserting a table, it is expecting the 3 columns. Okay, okay, it is expecting 3 columns. When you're not giving, when you're not mentioning here, it is showing that it is not having enough values. This is the error it is showing. Okay, this is the error it is showing. Okay, this is the error. So when a table is having 3 columns, it expects 3 values. Okay, I expect value for every column, but you don't know the value for third column. So you need to represent it with the keyword that is null. Okay, what you need to do, if you don't know the value, now then what we need to do, we need to represent that value with a null keyword. So what we need to do this time, copy this, and the third column we need to we don't know, that's why we need to represent with a keyword that is null keyword. Okay, null represents unavailable information. By providing the null, that means we are saying that to database that we do not have a value for marks. Okay, now we can successfully insert the data into the table. Okay, this. Okay, I am changing this to, okay, 6 power and null. Okay, now run this one. Before it showed the error. Now see, the row has been inserted. Now check the table. Sixth row has been inserted, right? Now check the table. Oh, what happened? One row has been inserted, right? Okay, okay, into the student one. One row has been inserted. Check this table, that is student 1. See, sixth row has been inserted and the marks is null because before why it has been doesn't inserted because I have given the table name as student. I didn't give the one, so that's why. Okay, now it has been inserted. Don't think that if you give the student one then it will work. Don't think like that. If I run again, see, and not enough values. Okay, just I need to change the table name, that's it. Okay, so the sixth row has been inserted because here we didn't mention the third column. Here we have mentioned the third column, and in that we don't have the value. So that's why what we have done, we have, instead of giving the value, we have entered the value as null using the null keyword. Then we will be able to insert the data into the table. Okay, now for suppose we don't have the value for name and marks. Okay, we don't have the value for name and marks. So in that case, what we need to do? Anyone please reply. How we can write this command? We don't have the value for name and also marks. Only we know the serial number. That's it. So how we can write this command? Pradeep, anyone? Don't worry, you
Insert,
can say if there is any mistake, I'll correct it.
insert into student 1 value 6.
Okay,
Name is
insert
null
into student 1 values.
6.
Okay, 7. Okay,
Null
null.
and marks also null.
Yes, correct. Like this, if you don't know the values, instead of giving this null, instead of leaving empty, we need to give the null keyword. Okay, so if you try to insert this data, we will be able to insert the data into the table. Okay, student 1 only, right? Yes. Run this. See, one row has been inserted. Check this data. See, seventh row has been inserted and the serial name is null and the marks also null, right? So now we are able to insert the data into the table if we don't know the values. Okay. Okay. Hmm. So as I said, if the value is a character, we should be place it in single quotes, right? But null is also a character, but we are not enclosing it in a single quotes. But because when you write the null in a single quotes, the database understands that that is a name. Okay, if you give that in a single quotes, it will understand that as like a pawan. It will understand that if you give it in single quotes, it will insert the name as a null. Okay, so student name is null. Okay, like that it will insert. So we should not give, this is just a keyword. So instead of, we no need to give the null inside the single quotes, we need to give, without the single quotes we need to give. Okay. Now um, okay, so in this student table, okay, in this student table we are having 3 columns. Okay, can I have 5 columns for the student? Like serial number, serial name, marks, age, like this, can we have a 5 columns for the student? Yes, we can have 5 columns for the student. Can I have a table name? Table have 10 columns? Yes. So we can, for in while creating a table, we can have number of columns of well, like if you want 100 number of columns, you can create a table. If you want 10 number of columns, you can create a tables. Okay, how many number of columns you can you want to there you want to have a columns inside the table, you can create it. Okay, so assume student is having more than 10 columns. Okay, assume student is having more than 10 columns. So you want to insert 10 columns of data. Okay, you want to insert 10 columns of data. So you want to insert a value for suppose this 6 or 7 and records we have inserted it, right? But for only, what I'm saying means, assume that in this student table only we are having 10 columns. Okay, and I want to insert the I know only first two columns data and other remaining columns of data I don't know. Okay, other remaining columns of data I don't know. So in that case, what we need to do, so what we will do, so here for third column we don't know, second column we don't know, that's why we have given the keyword as null like that. But if you have 10 columns, okay, if you have 100 number of columns, only two columns we know and the remaining 98 columns data we didn't know. So what we will do, insert into student one values, say 8, Arun, null like that, we cannot write it, right? So instead of that, instead we have another syntax for to insert the data if you don't know the data for few columns. In that case, what we can do means, instead of using the null these many times, we are having another syntax. Okay, insert command for second syntax. Okay, this is the second syntax. What is the second syntax is, insert into table name. Okay, column 1 comma column 2. Okay, and values val1 comma val2. So like this, here we need to mention the column names, and after that we need to give the values for these columns. Then what will happen, it will not expect the value for the third column, because we have already mentioned that we are giving the values for only these two columns, not we are not giving the value for third column. So in that case, it will not show the error that here it is showing what is the error, not enough values. This error it is showing, right? In this case, it will not show that error if you use this syntax. Instead of using this null values, we can use this syntax and we can insert the data into the table. So in this case, what I am doing means, and the eighth column, what I want to do means, I know the only serial number and name. Okay, I don't know the third column value, that is marks column value, I don't know. So in that case, what we need to do, how we can write this using this syntax, insert into student 1. Okay, column 1 that is serial number, and the column 2 that is student name. Okay, value 1 that is 8, and name we can insert it as okay, Raj, like this. Okay, I want to insert the table, and for the third column I am not giving any null keyword here, just I am mentioning the column names, and for these column names I am inserting the values. So using this insert command, we will be able to insert the data or not, we will check here. Okay, Cop run this insert command. Now 7 rows are inserted. Now if you run this insert command, see, one row has been inserted. Now check the table. Now check the table also. Select a star from student 1. See, I am able to insert the data with the null keyword. See, when we are when using this syntax, when you are mentioning only those two columns, other remaining columns which haven't given the values and which haven't mentioned the column names, those all values will comes under null value. See, I didn't give this marks as null. Okay, okay, directly it only consider that as a null because I didn't mention in the syntax. Okay, for suppose for the same table, I know only the serial number. Okay, I don't know the student name and marks also. So what I have done here, I have mentioned only serial number, and I have mentioned the value as, okay, I have mentioned the value as 9. That is for this serial number, I know only the value, that is serial number. I don't know the student name, and don't know the marks. So what I need to do, just copy this one, go here, try to insert into the table, run this insert command. See, the row has been inserted. Now you can check, I didn't give the null like that, I didn't give, but instead of the student name and instead of marks, the null has been inserted automatically using this syntax. See, 9 null, right? So using this syntax, if you don't know the values for the other columns, First we need to mention whatever the values, those columns you need to mention here, and we need to give the values for those columns. Okay, understood, right, everyone?
Yeah.
Yes. So this is a small table, and which is having a 3 columns. So like this, using this null and null, we can insert. But in this syntax is used when the table is very big. Very big means it is having more number of columns. In that case, this syntax will be useful. Okay. Next. So we are here, when we see, we using this select star from student, we are able to fetch the data from the table. Okay, in this select statement, the important one you need to know is the star. Okay, so meaning of the star is nothing but all the columns data. Okay, it will get all the columns data which is there inside the table. Okay, all the columns or will be get displayed, and all the rows and all the columns will be get displayed inside the data. Okay, in for the student one, we are having 3 columns, okay, and 9 rows. So what it will do, when we run this select and when we are giving this star, then what it will do means it will fetch all the columns of that table, and whatever the rows are there and inside the table, all the rows will get displayed. This is the importance of this star. Okay, or else if you see not only student one, if you want to see the all the columns and rows of a employee table, okay, select star from employee. Okay, this table is there. So in this table I want to see all the rows and all the columns. So in that case, what we will do, we will write this select star from employee table, run this one. See, we will be able to see all the rows and all the columns, right? Yes, so we are able to see the all the rows and all the columns using this command, that is select command, which is having a star. Okay, this is the importance of the star to see all the rows and all columns inside the table. Okay, next. So when you select it, I want to know how many rows. Okay, here for this student table, we will be able to see here itself, we are able to see 8 rows are there, or else 9 rows are there. But employee table, when we go down, see up to here only, for suppose when we select it here, we are able to see only 10 rows. But below this one, we are having 100 number of rows. Okay, so we want to know the count of the rows inside the table. What we need to do means, we need to do right click, and we need to click on count rows. See how many rows are there in the employee table? 14 rows. What I have done, we need to click here, right click, count rows. Okay, like this we will be able to know the count of number of rows inside a table. Okay, and for this employee table, how to know the data type? How to know the data type of this all the columns? Anyone? How we will be able to know the data type of a employee table? Already have discussed, we are having two
DESC.
options. Yes, DESC.
DESC.
Yes, DESC.
Table name.
Table name. Yes, correct. So when we run this one, we are able to see the data type and columns of a table. See, like this we will be able to see the columns and data types of that table. Okay, next. Now we have understood the two syntaxes. Inside the two syntaxes we have understood. Okay, this asterisk, all asterisk means all the rows and columns inside a table. Okay, so now up to here we have understood. Next, let us have a discuss. Let's discuss about the data types. Okay, first data type I want to discuss is number. Okay, number data type is used to store numeric values and can have precision and scale. Okay, can have precision and scale like this. P comma yes. Okay, P means precision and S means scale. Okay, for example, Number 3. How many digits? Up to 3 digits we can be able to insert the data. Okay, this is a precision. Okay, sometimes we like to store decimal values. Okay, in that case we will go for scale. Okay, in that case we will go for scale. In that case, how we will write? Number comma number 3 comma 2. What it will do? So after the number, it will allow after the number, it will allow 2 digits. Okay, it will allow 2 decimal points. Okay, for suppose this number is there 5.23. Okay, this is there. So this is a precision and this is a scale. Okay, when whatever the here, if you mention it is as 3, okay, what it will do? See, 5.234, like this. Okay, so this is a number, this is a precision and this is a scale. This is a if you give number 3 means it will allow up to 3 digits, and if you give the number precision and the scale, both the things, if you give, what it will do means it will allow up to sorry, here 4 comma, if you give 4 comma 3 means then it will allow this one. See, up 4 digits, up to 4 digits it will allow, and three are decimal values, so 5.234, like this. Okay, so up to 4 digits, these are all 4 digits, and up to 3 decimal points it will allow, so 3 decimal points are there. So like this is a number data type. It will allow only digits and decimal points using the scale. Next data type is character. Next data type is character. This data type is used to store alphanumeric values. Okay, alphabets or as alphabets as well as numbers. Okay, this data type is used to store alphanumeric values. Used to store alphanumeric values. That means alphabets as well as numbers. Okay, and also special symbols also allowed. Okay, special symbols also allowed. And the maximum size is 2000 bytes. Okay, the maximum size is 2000 bytes. This special symbol means, for suppose, at the rate. Okay, these are all the symbols also it will accept, and the maximum size of this character is 2000 bytes. Okay, next. This data type is also having a fixed length. Also fixed length. So in this student table, instead of this varchar2, when I'm creating a table, I have used for the serial name, I have used the varchar2. So instead of this varchar2, can I use a character for the serial name? Hmm? See, while creating a student table, I have for the serial name, I have used the data type that is varchar2. Instead of this varchar2, can I use the character data type with that which we have discussed just now, because it will accept a name, I mean I mean number, characters, symbols. So these are all the things it will accept. So instead of this varchar2, we can definitely we can use character data type. Okay, yes. Okay, it will store the characters. Okay, instead of this varchar2, we can also use a character data type. But the problem with the character data type is it is a fixed length. It is a fixed length. For suppose, for example, uh, student name is there. For this, I have fixed the length, that is 10. Okay, okay, up to 10 bytes it will accept. Up to 10 bytes it will accept. Okay, so for suppose this name is there, Jamal. Okay, this Jamal is having how many bytes? Okay, this Jamal is having 5 bytes. Okay, 5 bytes means 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, 5 characters are there, so 5 bytes it will accept. It is having 5 bytes, and the remaining bytes we have mentioned 10 bytes, right? So Jamal is having 5 bytes, and the remaining 5 bytes will be get wasted. Okay. Okay, Jamal will use 5. Okay, 5 bytes, and 5 bytes are wasted. Okay, next, for suppose Arun is there. For Arun, 4 bytes will be useful, and remaining 6 bytes are wasted. Okay, so this what it is doing, character is doing, it is accepting Jamal, but it is wasting other remaining bytes. Okay, 5 remaining bytes are wasted. When it comes to Arun, other 6 bytes are wasted. Because of the wastage of the memory or bytes, character will not be useful for anyone. Okay, instead of that we can use this data type, that is varchar2. Okay, because we are using varchar2, because it is also used to store alphanumeric values. You can understand the difference now, don't worry. And maximum size is 4000 bytes. Okay, for the character, the maximum size is 2000 bytes, and the varchar2, the maximum size is 400 bytes. Okay, this that is having a fixed length, and this varchar2 data type is having a variable length, is of variable length. Okay, character is a fixed length, and this varchar2 is a variable length. Okay, and same example, for suppose student name is there. For this student name, what I am doing means I am giving the varchar2 of 10. Okay, varchar2 of 10. And in this case also, if you take Jamal, it will use 5 bytes, and the remaining 5 bytes are free. Okay, the remaining 5 bytes are free, it is not wasted. Here the remaining 5 bytes will be get wasted, but when it comes to varchar2, remaining 5 bytes will not be so free. Okay, not wasted. It will not waste the bytes in the varchar2 data type. Okay, memory is efficiently used. Say if it will check the data, and it will utilize how much for this Jamal, it needs 5 bytes only, so it will allocate only 5 bytes. Okay, other remaining 5 bytes will not be get wasted. Only it will be free, it will not give how much we want, it will allow that much of memory, that's it. It will not waste any number of bytes in the varchar2. But when it comes to character, it will waste the other remaining number of bytes which we have mentioned while creating the character. Okay, this is the difference between character and varchar2. Okay, next, fourth data type is date. Okay, so whenever you want to store, for suppose a student joining date. Okay, when he has joined the school, or else what is the date of birth of that student. Okay, so when you want to store the date value, in that case we go for a date data type. Okay, use it to store date values. Okay, use it to store date values. Date will not have size. Okay, will not have size. For every data type we will mention the size, but for the date data type we no need to mention size. Okay, date format is date, month and year. Okay, like this. Okay, date data type is used to store date values. Okay, date will not have size, and date format is dd myn yyyy big 12. Okay, for suppose today's date is 5th October 2023. Okay, like this it will be useful. This is about the date data type. Okay, um how much time is remaining? Okay, 4 minutes. For suppose using this date data type, I want these three data types we have already seen. We will check this date data type also. I will try to create a table. Okay, here I will write this one, create table, mm, student 2. Okay, so serial number 3, serial name, student name, varchar 2 of 10, and marks number 3. And I want to insert the date also, that is I want to insert the student date of joining date in the school. So date of joining, that is I want to give the data type as date. Okay, so I want to create this date table using the date data type also. Okay, in order to understand this date data type I want to create this table. Okay, I'm opening the new page. See, I'm creating the student table. Click on run. So the table student 2 has been created. Now I want to insert the data into the table. Okay, so I have created the table. Next I want to insert the data into the table. Student 2, that is 101. Okay, ABC. Okay, and marks is 98. And the date of joining I want to give this as sys date. Okay, sys date means today's date. Okay, it will insert the today's date. Sys date means it will consider that as a today's date. Okay, what is the today's date? October 5th, right? So like this it will insert the table. See, I will try to run this insert command. So instead of in the date of joining, instead of giving 12 04 October 2023, instead of that what I have done, instead of that I have given the sys date. So it will consider, sys date means today's date, it will consider. Okay, I will run this one. Missing select keyword. Oh, sorry. Values. See, one row has been inserted. Okay, one row has been inserted. We will try to check the data in the table. Select star from student 2. Okay, so start from student from. I'm running this. See, I'm able to insert the data. See, it is showing the 5th October 2023. Today's date is 2023. So this 23, it is showing it, right? Whatever the, I mean, in the system, in the what way they have mentioned, in that way it will show. Okay, so it is showing 5th October 2023, right? Like this, if you give the sys date, this sys date means it will consider the today's date. Or else if you want to for suppose tomorrow's date or else a past date I want to give. So in that case what we will do means insert into student values 102. Okay, def 85. And instead of sys date I don't want to insert the today's date, I want to give the one particular date. So in that case what I want to do, 15 September 2023, this date I want to give. So what we need to do, we need to give this date, and it should, we should mention that date in the, we should enclose that date in the single quotes. Okay, copy this and run this command. See, one row has been inserted. Run this one. See, now it is showing 102 DEF marks 85 and 15 September 2023. So if you want to insert a one particular date, then we need to give that date in the single quotes. And if you want to insert the today's date, then we can give the keyword that is sysdate. Like that, we will, like this, we will be able to insert the data into the table if you have a date data type. Understood, everyone? If you have any doubts, please ask me. Other data types we will discuss tomorrow. Up to here, anyone is having doubts, please ask me. Hello. Hello. Okay. Okay, I'm ending this meeting if you don't have any doubts. Tomorrow we will continue other data types also. Okay. Okay, students, I'm ending the meeting.
Okay.
Can we change? No, no. Oh, no, no, no. We cannot insert multiple rows at once. That is a different scenario. We can insert only one row at once, only columns. Yes. Okay. Okay, Pradeep. Anyone is having questions? Okay, then we will continue tomorrow. I'm ending this meeting. Thank you.